shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who is fearless. A young loner on a crusade to champion the cause in a world of reckless automobiles. These are my motovlogs.
No kidding, Chris.
This is
How you?
your boy Chris out on the Gold Wing.
Say it again. Say it again. There you go.
This is your boy Chris out on the Gold Wing, live out on the Gold Wing. What's going on?
Chris, I am out in the sunshine. I'm going to walk over here to a little more comfortable position. I'm in Montgomery, headed south to Pensacola.
Okay.
I'm on the Truex. 3 guesses who I was just talking to on the phone, and the first 2 don't count.
I have no idea.
Well, he's talked to you before. He's a AAA personality. It's a new friend of mine, Todd Hendricks.
Oh, Todd. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Todd out there in
Well, he's up in Idaho. Idaho.
Oh, Idaho?
Idaho, way up close to the Canadian border. But anyway, great to hear your voice. I love watching your videos. Big fan. Enjoy it a lot. I am on the Warhorse at 2021 on the Gold Wing, all blacked out. A lot of added stuff from Max McAllister.
Yeah, I saw.
And
What's your name?
I go by GrandPa Truck because I'm the old guy in the crowd usually.
Yeah, I saw the video. I saw Mac's video where he had the black
21.
Gold Wing, and he
Yeah.
had the bolt-on, the Mega Bolt-on. Is that correct? The Mega Bolt-on video?
He's got several on it. He's probably got close to 10 videos on this now, but he stripped it down, had a destruction day, just took every piece of plastic, everything off of it. Started with a suspension change with 1 mile on it, and swap that out. That's their specialty, is a new suspension. So we've got clear water lights, we've got gold strike items, we've got Kuryakin items on there. It's a beautiful bike. I'm enjoying riding. It's my first ever Gold Wing.
Was that the bike with the extended fuel tank on the seat?
Yes.
Yes, I remember where Max he dressed up like a soldier.
And on the presentation, yeah, that was really over the top, but it was kind of fun.
Yeah, I saw that. Man, he did some great work to your bike.
He did, and I'm enjoying it. And along the way, every time I go through Atlanta, I was just there, we're making adjustments. For instance, one of the items that everyone complains about on the Gold Wing is the AM/FM antenna.
Okay.
It's buried in there, so we moved it. We're experimenting. We got 3 spots. I've got Velcro, so horizontal position and also side position, 90 degrees, a side position on the side of that fuel tank, that auxiliary tank.
Right.
Also, we dug in there, and because I've got a metal Farkle shelf on mine, it was covering my SMX antenna.
Right.
So we dug that out, and now it's sitting on top of that shelf, and I've got much improved signal now. So, although what I called you up about, and this last time is, you're a fan of the Battle Axe, the BTX 46, is that correct?
That is 100% correct.
All right, well, the guys at the Chop Shop, Scotty there and Linda, that own that place in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, they've got a BTX 46 waiting for me to come back north. And also, I took the top section of the Rivco hitch off because I'm a Harley guy, and I've been running 205/55R16s on my Street Glide and my Road Glide. And I'd like to have that on this bike. And we did a fit in Colorado with a guy there who's got his own shop, and it would not work because of because it's the way it's designed. It's overbuilt. It's great hitch, but it would not allow that tire to fit. So we took that off. I think it's going to fit. I wanted to ask you, what are you running on your bike? Are you doing the 205 or 195, or what are you doing on yours?
On the on my 21, right now everything is stock. Everything is just open.
Okay.
200
Okay.
back tire and a 130 70 and 18.
Bridgestone.
Yeah.
Bridgestone probably. They suck. They suck. I got just barely over 12,000 miles off the rear tire, and I'm not an aggressive driver.
Right.
And the Dunlop that I've got on here now, I've gotten over 18,000 miles on it, and it still looks great. I can't believe it. I was surprised.
You said a Dunlop E4?
Dunlop Elite 4, yeah.
Okay. You got Centromatic wheel balancers on there?
All we've got on there are weights. We didn't do any dyno beads. I'm not a fan of the Centromatic, so we just got weights on there.
Okay. Wow, well, that's pretty good for a Dunlop, you know.
I was surprised. Like I said, stock tires didn't last very long. In fact, I've got a Dunlop on the front as well. The Bridgestone must be soft rubber for, shredding turns in the mountains or something, because both of them wore out pretty good. I could have gotten another circuit off of the front, but it was there. I decided just to go ahead and swap it out while we had both Dunlops sitting there.
Right. Well, I've had the E4s, and they're good tires. They're good sticky tires, but
yeah,
they just didn't. For me, they just didn't hold up.
Well, it depends on the weight, the style you ride. I think you could take the same two bikes, two different riders, and you're going to come out with different numbers.
That's true. Now, the Dunlop, you got Dunlops on your 21?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Front and back.
Yeah, and that's a lighter bike. When you're talking about the GL 1800, that's a heavier bike.
Oh, it is. Yeah, a little bit. But I'm pretty heavy myself, and I'm packed for the long trip. I'm doing the QX across the U.S.
Right.
I'm on my third one right now.
Okay. Wow. Now let me ask you about, since you have the 21, correct?
Yes, sir.
How do you feel about that seat?
I love it.
You have the stock seat on there?
Yeah. I about half the time you're familiar with bead rider beads, I'm sure.
Yes.
About half the time I use those. And I've gone through the Airhawk and the sheepskin, got that up in Alaska, and I've tried the gel. I've tried all that stuff. There's a little thin one that Harley's got that I haven't tried out yet, but it didn't look very comfortable. But I keep coming back to the beads. I just love riding on them. I can shift my weight, and it changes all the little pressure points in there. I can ride 16, 18 hours a day on those beads.
Right. But you're not sitting on the seat, OEM seat. You have.
Oh, like I said, I'm swapping it out about 50%. So
okay.
When I tuck my beads away, I'm sitting just on the stock seat.
Okay.
And it's great. It's great. Now I own a Corbin seat on my Road King, and I like that. But it's it's wider. I got more room on there, but it's pretty hard seat.
Right.
I bought a Corbin Fire and Ice. I thought, well, this is going to be great.
Right.
I get to heat the seat, and I get to cool the seat too, because we all want to avoid monkey butt on there. So I thought, well, this is going to be great. But the auxiliary fuel tank wouldn't fit in there. The Corbin seat for the main rider is much longer and very tight, narrow space for the peon, the passenger.
Right.
Behind it. So we had that on the bike, and we had one little guy in Max's shop trying to sit back there. He couldn't even fit. And so we sent the Corbin back in and just kept the stock with it, and I like it. I have no problem with it.
Right. Now, all of that work that Max did to your bike, that must cost you a lot of money.
More than the bike itself. It's a lot of time and labor, parts. Some of the stuff, he's kind of an inventor.
Right.
Some of the stuff he had to make that doesn't exist. The mounts for that tank, his safety devices for the front end, where there's a second push-pull arm up there. That pin that you drop in the, not in the fork, but the tree, the Christmas tree up there where the handlebar is attached to. Right. We did put I went ahead with the full set of Healy bars rather than just the riser. Right. Kuriakin highway pegs failed us, so we got Gold Strike there. Gold Strike covers for the grips. Clearwater Super Savinas that are the maximum allowed 10,000 lumens. They will light up the world. Wow. And the Darlas, they're white also, but I've got yellow caps on them. I use them as fog lamps. I've got them down low. Where they have you mount them on there, it was really shaky, really jury rigged. So Max built mounts for both of those also. Wow. So they're further back, and they're just above the axle. Fog lights, wraparounds. We're having a problem with the wraparounds. I want them to blink. This guy I just saw the other day recognized the bike. I was having coffee at McDonald's, and he walked up and sat down and said, "I know you." I said, "You're famous." I said, "No, I'm not. The bike is. What do you want?" And when he took me out to the parking lot, his wraparound lights that are right there next to the fog lamps, the factory fog lamps. Right. His blink, when he turns on his blinker, now he just still has a stock reflector on the fork up front, the tuning fork, but I've got lights up there as well. Gerben pigtail for my heated jacket and gloves. Battery tender, we put that on. I had Neutrino is what I want to go with the power distribution system. We ended up sticking with the amp link, and I'm kind of glad we did. You can do everything you want to do with it on your cell phone as far as adjusting the amperages. You can run it up from 20 to 30 or down to 15, whatever you want. It's all Bluetooth to the phone. Easy enough even for me to understand. So just that and a whole lot of other stuff that we put on there. The fuel tank, the fuel flow system didn't work. I've got 2 previous fuel tanks on Harleys, and my idea got rejected. And at the end of the day, my idea worked and theirs didn't. So I was pretty happy about that.
Yeah, I know you put a lot of money in that bike, man. How long did he have it? Did he keep it for like a few months or so?
Over 3 months. And like I said, every time I come back in there, we got another thing we're experimenting with and trying. We don't know what we're going to do with that AM/FM antenna. Have you heard of anybody fixing that? Or does everybody just put up with the fact they can't get an FM station?
Man, I have no idea. I haven't even, to be honest with you, I haven't really even turned on my audio system yet.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I've turned it on just to verify that it worked, but I haven't even...
Now you're talking about your new 21, right?
Right.
Well, let me know if you ever figure out that navigation system. I have a standalone system on my iPhone, and the best Garmin Zumo XT, the best device that they've ever put out. I love that thing. I've tried to use the CarPlay. When you do that, it's proprietary. It takes over your phone. A lot of stuff that I want to do, I can't do anymore because the bike is running it.
Right.
And I can't figure out how to mirror. I use Copilot, which is a satellite-based navigation system.
Right.
And I can't get that to mirror on the bike, so I've got to use that. So I keep the phone and the bike separate.
So are you able to get your CarPlay to even come up?
Oh, yeah. Easy. It's easy when you plug your phone in, and I get all kind of icons, not all the ones I want. But it works. The system works. But you're on the road. You're headed down the road 75 miles an hour, and you decide you're going to go somewhere else. You got to stop, and stop moving to make changes on that bike's navigation system. You can't do that on the fly.
Yeah, I don't even use the Honda navigation. I just use Google Maps off my phone.
Now I like Google Maps, but I've had Siri or Martha or whoever that is on Google Maps try to run me into a concrete wall more than once.
Wow.
Turn left now, and there is no road. There's nothing but a big concrete construction wall here.
Wow.
So I use the Honda navigation system. I know how to put waypoints in it. I know a lot about it now, but I keep it separate from my phone.
Right.
I use it in general. For instance, right now, mine's set up to go to the post office in Key West, Florida. And that orients me. I can zoom in and zoom out, see the other states. I use it kind of a general gee whiz map.
Yeah.
My Google Maps, I use that as a backup because where I've been riding out west, you get into the trees and the mountains, out in the plains, there is no cell phone coverage. So you've got to have a satellite system of some kind.
Right.
So my primary is my co-pilot on my phone. I use the Bad Elf Pro Plus to boost the signal when you're in a weak area, or if you're under the redwood trees where you can't get a good signal. So that goes straight to my iPhone. So my co-pilot's working all the time. And now I have, I think, the greatest GPS system on the planet is Garmin's Zumo XT. It's just, I can't believe how user-friendly it is. The touch screen works now, where before you'd have to put your finger there and, count to 30 to get it to recognize your fingers on the screen. Right now, it's better than anyone that I've ever used. I've tried a lot of them over the years.
Where you mounted it on your bike? You put a suction cup on it, or?
Oh no, I'll send you a picture. You know about RAM?
Yeah,
RAM mounts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got that particle shelf on there. So we mounted it hard mounted, and used the little ball, the shortest one they make, and we put a long arm on it, so it hangs just above the Honda navigation system. It's like looking at two screens that are matched perfectly.
Right.
And we, Max took part of the unit off because it was kind of visually in the way. What you would normally reach up and tighten or loosen that RAM mount, one of those is taken off. RAM now makes I don't know how to describe it, a double twist arm.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Flexes, bends over.
Yeah, it's perfect. I love it. So we got that. I will send you a picture. I don't know that I've got your email address. If you want to connect, I can send you a picture of any of that you want on there. Glad to talk about it. I'm very proud of the bike, but I'm new. I'm a newbie for all this. In June, I'd never even sat on a Gold Wing.
Okay. So
now I've got 31,000 miles on it.
So you got 31,000 on your 21. So how are you liking it?
I love it. It's smooth. I've got the DCT.
You got the DCT.
I do not like the jerkiness between the acceleration and the deceleration. There's this little null spot in there. I'm sure you've noticed on DCTs when you're at low speed, it kind of surges and jerks around. They've got to figure that out. 31,799.
Yeah.
1,600 or so we did for breaking it in, doing the oil change, hitting the tail of the Dragon. And I started in Key West with 1,690. And now I'm at 31,799.
At what mileage did you do your first oil change?
We went all along, went to 750.
750 miles?
Yes, I think they kind of recommend 600.
Okay.
But we went a little long on that. But we've been, I've gotten early oil changes since then, and I have changed the rear end oil more than once. I'm an airframe and power plant mechanic myself, so I know small engines and oil and air-cooled engines. I know how important it is. The The only thing I've heard, like from the Iron Duck rallies, like the beamers out there, the rear ends failing.
Right.
I just thought, well, it doesn't hurt to change the oil. What hurts is if you don't change it in time and you start, shaving some oil. So we've changed it twice on my request, and it's pristine. It's perfect. I'm very confident about my rear end staying together on this bike.
Oh, okay. Good deal.
So, yeah, if you wouldn't mind me getting your email address, if you could just text it to me at this number.
Okay.
And I will send you a couple pictures of this. Do you have the new Garmin, the XT?
No. Like I said, I just use Google Maps is all I've been using. So
Oh, okay.
it's been working out fine for me. So
I will show you what we've got here if you ever decide to get one. Of course, this one is mounted on a Farkle shelf. You could just as easily mount it on one of your handlebars. Do you have the stock handlebars, or are you going to get a riser or the full Healy bars?
I'm not sure what I'm going to do to this bike. I'll just add a few things to it just to make it a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
Over time, I'm sure I probably will add things, but I basically bought this bike just to pretty much just do a lot of running around in.
Okay.
I think it's a great bike, and you can make a tour out of it, but since my 2016 is already fixed up.
Oh, you got a beautiful bike there. Yeah, sure.
Thank you. So I plan on doing my long distance on my 16 and my short trips on the smaller bike. So I don't know if I'm going to try to bring it to the level of the 16 by adding all the accessories out there, man. Because
no kidding.
Like you spent what the cost of the bike cost in accessories.
I did, but I had a reason. I had a purpose. I'm retired now, and I'm in the process of spending my grandkids' inheritance, and they're not very happy about it at all, but I'm having a good time.
Exactly.
I've always wanted to build a bike the way that I wanted it, and of course, the thing that sold me on this is, like I said, I'm a Harley guy, and I can barely, I'm lucky if I get 80,000 miles on a Harley.
Right.
Before the engine implodes. I see people talking about on the internet of getting 300,000 miles or more on this engine.
Right.
And that's what sold me right there. So I don't like the way their Apple CarPlay navigation, I think that's cheap. That's the cheap part of the bike. But it was something we could work with.
Okay.
So, yeah, you've seen the bike if you've seen the videos, but I will...
Yeah.
When you send me your... Go ahead.
I think Max did a great job, man. I saw that video. I guess he called it Mega Boton. And all the upgrades and things that he did to it. I thought that was just amazing.
Well, I talked with him. We had long talks before started on. I offered him my wish list. And he was kind of, are you sure you want to do it? I said, absolutely. I've got the money banked and ready. I'm just looking for someone that has the skills, the knowledge, and experience to do this. And he said 54 years of working on bikes. He said this is his top of the line. This is his mega build.
Yeah. Well, I think he did a great job on it. I think he did. I liked that video. I checked it out, man. That was awesome. It's awesome. Now, where are you from? Alaska?
I am originally from Meridian, Mississippi.
Oh, Meridian. I know where that is.
Yeah, just down the road from you. I moved up to Alaska in '86.
Yeah, that's south of DeKalb, Mississippi.
Yeah, oh yeah. I got to go north from Meridian to get to DeKalb.
Right.
So I moved up to Alaska in '86. I've got two sons. They moved up after I did to come up and visit. They liked it so much they stayed. They both still live up there, and I do too in Anchorage, but they live in Nome, Alaska.
Okay.
And So I came down here to get some more riding done. I was getting a little jealous watching you guys ride up and down the highway having all the fun. And up there freezing. So I just closed on a house in June.
Okay.
In the near the Navy base there outside of Meridian.
Okay.
So I'm hoping to get some more riding. Hopefully I'll run across you one of these days.
Yeah, save my
out there.
Save my number, man, and let's get together sometime. If you ever,
that would be great.
Just let me know.
That would be great. Well, I will connect with you. Like I said, once I've got your email address, I will fire off a couple of pictures right in this parking lot.
Okay.
And I will send them to you so you can see what I'm talking about. Now, again, you don't have to put a fork or shuffle on your bike to mount this Zumo, but this is how we did it because I thought I was going to have several devices up there.
Right.
Ended up that didn't happen, but I'm happy, very happy with the way it's turned out so far. And we're not done with it yet. We're still tweaking stuff.
Okay. Well, sounds good, man. Well, I'll send you my email address. And what's your biker name?
Say again?
What's your biker name again?
Oh, GrandPa Truck.
GrandPa Truck. Gotcha.
My first granddaughter could not say Grandpa Chuck. So it came out GrandPa Truck, and that stuck all these years.
Okay. All right, GrandPa Truck. I'll be in touch.
So it was an honor to listen to you there, live versus, you're out running around the country. So I'll look for your email, and I'll send you those photos.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.